All right, guys, and what is going on? This is the Club with the Man 1993 coming at you back up here again for another live review. As I'm going to review this week's episode 205 Live. Here is a late night review, so it's going to be kind of quick. It's about a 10-15 minute review. We're talking about the 205 Live edition of from August 14th, 2018. Of course, like SmackDown tonight took place in Greenville, South Carolina. Overall, not a bad go home show. Not really one of the stronger. Well, still a strong episode. I mean, I feel like this show is a little bit overrated with the grade I gave it. I was going to say I did enjoy the matches we had in the show. Didn't feel like there were anything like too special though. One was just a rematch that felt like it was very similar to how it was before, but it's a rematch given in the second match, and just seeing what could happen. And then a squash match pretty much for somebody else to establish them more dominating, and of course to get our cruiserweight champion sometime in as well. So not a bad addition of 205 Live tonight. So let's get right into this review and review this, and I'm going to bed. So we started off with Lio Rush coming out as he's getting ready to have his rematch against Akira Tozawa, which Rush wasn't really for at first. But Maverick wanted to have Tozawa try to prove himself, so he says he grants him his rematch. Lio Rush came out to cut a promo, and I definitely the first few weeks, we all know that Lio Rush kind of came out first as just a cocky baby face, but now the heel side is more coming out, and it definitely came out here. It's not as much smiles as he's being a little more serious this time. He comes out and he says he calls the fans lucky. They're still stuck living in a garbage city and an embarrassing state, but that they get the honor and privilege of watching him do what he does best and better than anyone else on this planet. He calls Tozawa, of course, one of the best cruiserweights in the world, but his problem tonight is he's facing the very best cruiserweight, Mr. Leo 5 Live. He should have kept his name out of his mouth because now he's going to feel the rush, pretty much. Tozawa came out, and we got the match. Of course, Rush did try to walk off because he claims he doesn't feel he needs to prove anything against Tozawa. He's already beat him, but Tozawa brought him back in, and then most of the time, he got some good offense in, but at the beginning, at first, Leo Rush didn't get all of his jewelry off. Then Tozawa was attacking him, and then they tried playing some mind games and using the jewelry as distractions went up, but it didn't really work out. Leo Rush, I say the first match I was a little bit better. I mean, this one wasn't too bad either, but just another rematch and just Tozawa coming up short again as Leo Rush is now 5-0 on 205 Live. So he gets the victory over Akira Tozawa. Wonder who he's going to feud with next. I say maybe Kalisto, maybe, or something like that, because next week we are going to be getting a match that's probably going to at least somewhat maybe wrap up this short little feud between the Lucha House Party and the team of Tony Nese and Buddy Murphy. We'll talk about that in a second. But I think definitely Leo Rush is going to move up, and probably by the end of the year be cruiserweight champion. I feel so. We'll see what happens, but another good match by the 23-year-old piece of gold, and of course give credit to Tozawa as well, as he looked pretty good. But I still think that their first match was a little bit better. But so yeah, we got that match for the Cruiserweight Championship. I'm sorry, for the kickoff 205 Live. I checked the live chat here real quick. Dakota said, was I said, as I said before, it wasn't too bad. Strong episode, wasn't really, like astronomically amazing, but I thought it was decent wrestling for the most part. Well, decent, but like still good to get through it. I thought it was still a good show. Then we have backstage. We have a replay of what happened with Mustafa Ali after his match with Hideo Itami last week. Of course, before the match, Ali had been hospitalized, and then he said it was good to go, but then he kind of was a little off towards the end of the match, and then Itami took advantage of it, just beat him down the corner with 3 of his shotgun drop kicks, and pretty much put Ali back in the hospital. Drake Maverick's backstage being asked on an update, and he said that Ali has been suffering from severe exhaustion. He took some of the blame of it for saying that Ali won't compete again in the ring until he's satisfied that Ali is 100% again. That's been which we had Tommy then taking on a jobber named Trent Newman, and the match pretty much was just the vicious side of Itami just being brought out even more because Tommy won by knockout, but he was just again establish how more of a vicious heel that Tommy can be on the line. And as I said last week, I think that Tommy, is getting there wrestling wise, but again, appearance wise, they want to. I think to tweak out a little, like make something more unique about his entrance, give him like something different for ring gear. Because right now it's just basic entrance. He walks out. I mean, his song's not too bad, but he comes out just like I'm here, I'm gonna fight, and that's pretty much it. So bolsters that up, and then this of course this match is just to put him over and make him look dominating as he won by knockout, beating the jobber Trent Newman. We get some hype videos going though. First we have Cedric Alexander putting over Drew Gulak as a threat of Valen to hit the lumbar check at SummerSlam so the age of Alexander can continue. We have backstage segment with Maverick and talking to Tony Nese and Buddy Murphy, graduating on the win last week. But however, Buddy Murphy wasn't a legal man in the match when he got involved to allow Nese to pin Kalisto. So next week we're going to have a rematch between the Lucha House Party and the two of them in a tornado tag match. They pretty much agreed to the match, saying they said you're the boss, and they exit. We also learned that next week, also we'll get the rubber match between TJP and Noam Dar again, establishing Noam Dar is more of a babyface character now. Once he came back and realized he just get into his head too much. This time he's going to not take things for granted, pretty much. So I look forward to seeing what go with that next week. And then we finally have our main event. Cedric Alexander taking on Gentleman Jack Gallagher. A couple weeks ago, Drew Gulak made a comment that Cedric Alexander is like the Brock Lesnar, the cruiserweight division, doesn't defend the title all the time and whatnot, which Alexander took offense at, saying, I'm going to prove it, I'm going to be in that more action more often. He took out the Brian Kendrick a couple weeks ago, and this week he wanted to just take the Gentleman Jack Gallagher, take out both of his cronies. Match was not too bad. Gallagher brought about the physical side. Alexander has some good counters in there as well, here and there. It was some pretty good stuff. But of course, the stipulation was that the Brian Kendrick and Drew Gulak were banned from ringside. Alexander would eventually win with a Spanish fly instead of a lumbar check, which I was okay with it. And again, the match wasn't too bad. Could have been a little better, but it wasn't too bad. He gets the win, but afterwards, Kendrick comes down and tries to attack him from behind, and so Gallagher tries to double team him, but then Alexander, tosses him over the top rope, and then it looks like Kendrick's going to try to hit the captain's hook on Alexander, but he, a nice fall out of it and hit the lumbar check on him. But then Gulak came running in, and of course, Gallagher targeted like the neck. That way, it'll be more tender whenever Gulak would put the Gulak on Cedric Alexander, and he didn't get Alexander to tap out, but Alexander did pass out to the Gulak, and he held a cruiserweight championship up high, first going off the air. Gulak is ready for his match on Sunday on the pre-show for SummerSlam between Alexander and Gulak. So it should be a good match addition onto the pre-show. I'll have to check it out later though, so I probably won't be able to watch the pre-show. But so yeah, we got that. That's pretty much it, guys. That's 205 Live this weekend. Just a brief show. For the most part, it was good. Lio Rush and Akira Nozawa was good. Could have been a little bit better though. I thought their first match was their better match, but this was still good. But first match was definitely better. The stuff with the Tommy being looking more, dangerous, whatnot, I like that. And the main event was too bad either. Just setting the stage and getting Alexander some time in the ring. So with that, I'll give I'm gonna go with just a B, but I'll be a little bit more lean because stuff was still above the average, I felt. So I give 205 Live a good B plus, not a really high B plus, like a lower B plus, I'd say. So guys, let me check a live chat one more time before I sign out here and go to bed. Wrong thing. We got we got Dakota and Larry real quick. Thinks Alexander will be champ till at least November. Not bad. What happened to Noam Dar? He squashed TJP and went out of nowhere. He did that. They had a rematch where TJP won, and now they're having the rubber match next week on 205 Live. And then we have Larry saying, "Haha, Mike, you're awesome, so cool. You have the power to do this review as well." I'm not really 205 Live, but Cruiserweight Wrestling is awesome. Going to hit the like button for you. Thank you, Larry. 205 Live is still better than Raw, Larry. King Larry. Yeah, it has been better. Again, it hasn't again, what's gonna, as I keep saying, what's gonna make me, like, really get even more invested in 205 Live is if people in 205 Live can do more than just the cruiserweight division. Like, this is still the only thing that's kind of like got me a little sour because right now I've been seeing, like, B plus shows, couple A minus and A shows here and there. But again, I'm hoping they will definitely allow these cruiserweight wrestlers to do more than just the crew. Again, if that's the case, I wouldn't mind guys like Finn Balor or Daniel Bryan or even Sami Zayn or a few others here and there having a run on 205 Live if they're going to still be able to come out of the crew division and wrestle elsewhere as well. I'd be fine with that. But until then, I'm still just like, okay, this is not too bad, but hopefully he's going to get more opportunities than just this someday. But guys, that's it. I'm going to check out here now. I give 205 Live a B plus again. Tomorrow I'll be live at least for my NXT review and at least my Takeover Brooklyn 4 predictions. Maybe I'll probably keep SummerSlam predictions till Thursday, and then either Thursday or Friday night will be my special live stream. SummerSlam review Sunday, and then we'll be able to watch Takeover this weekend. I'll do my Takeover review next Monday morning. So, guys, thank you for tuning in live twice tonight. I'll catch you guys all later. Be always sure to hit my like and subscribe more content. Come on my channel. Follow me on Twitter as well at TheManiac93. I'm checking out, guys. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. Peace out.